What is Zionism, and how does Zionism play a role relating to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? So Zionism is a movement that was founded in the late 1800s, early 1900s, with the stated goal of establishing a Jewish homeland and self-determination for the Jewish people. Now, understandably so, the Jewish people have been relentlessly mistreated in history, and that's a fair objective to shoot for. So with that in mind, one of the culminations of the Zionist movement was to have the state of Israel established in 1948. There's a lot of background that goes into this. There's a lot of killing and a lot of dirty deeds done by basically Zionist proponents in the territory that would eventually become Israel, wanting to clear out land for the state. Nobody's innocent, but the bottom line is this is the problem that's happened. Zionism was initially equated with Judaism and self-determination for the Jewish people. That's fine. However, it has since morphed into and has been hijacked into a movement that is basically a settler colonial land grab operation. It is no longer just self-determination for Jewish people. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, especially for a lot of people who are Jewish. They think that any criticism of Zionism and that part of the movement is basically an attack on Jewish people. I will tell you this. I know this sounds silly to say, but I have a lot of love and respect for Jewish people. I admire how strong their family ties are. They're usually incredibly smart people, and they've always been very kind to me. And I have plenty of friends here in the United States who are Jewish, and I care about them a lot. And some agree with me on this issue, some disagree vehemently, and that's okay. But what I'm saying is, people who oppose Zionism don't have to have any hatred or animus towards Jewish people. Those two are mutually exclusive. And the reason why Palestinians are so opposed to Zionism is because the land that they live in has been brutally occupied, and their lives have been made miserable by hardcore Zionists who have hijacked the original intent of a Jewish homeland, and they've turned it into a justification to steal land and murder Palestinians, destroy their crops, bulldoze their homes, terrorize their children, shoot them randomly at whenever the hell they want to. It's just bad all the way around. I think a lot of people, even within Israel, a good number of the population of Israeli Jews oppose the hardcore elements of the Zionist movement, and they also oppose a lot of the mistreatment that Palestinians go through with respect to the occupation. I think their biggest concern is security, and I think rightly so. Nobody wants to have a cafe bombed or have an incursion like what just happened outside the Gaza Strip. So I understand both sides of the equation, but I tend to sympathize with the Palestinian cause because they've been the one that have been oppressed. All the illegal settlements that have been built over the last 75 years, much of the land that's within the proper territory that was the Palestinian land in the West Bank and in the Golan Heights, which is up north by Syria, and in the eastern part of Jerusalem, they're all occupied, and homes are being stolen, and property's been taken, and settlements have been built. They're walled off. There's separate roads for Palestinians. Palestinians don't have the same rights to water. It's just a brutal situation, and I don't think anybody who brutalizes another people can be proud of that. I'm all for Jewish people having a safe place to live. I think most of us would agree with that. But I don't think we're for Jewish people doing the same things to others that was done to their grandparents in Europe in 1930s and 40s. That's the biggest thing. So it's almost as if the abused have become the abusers.